Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and today we are going to be taking a step back to McFarlane Toys. We have Spawn, and this is Todd McFarlane Spawn, Series 3, Spawn 2. So this is Spawn's new costume with wing-like cape from America's best-selling comic book, Todd McFarlane Spawn Deluxe Edition Ultra Action Figures. So, this is also known as the Spawn with the messed up face and the giant gun. So, there is the instructions as to what you can do with him. And here we have some information here on Spawn Series 3. I do intend to get some of those figures, but not necessarily all of them. Here we have Spawn Series 1 and Series 2, but then also stuff with Wetworks and Youngblood. And then there is some information on Spawn and his new look. Basically a canonical explanation of why he looks like that now. So, I am super excited to get this because I wanted an old, a classic figure of Spawn. And out of the original ones that they made, this was the one that I wanted the most because I thought it looked the best for my taste. So, I guess without any further ado, I'm super excited to open this. So, let's waste no time and take a look at Spawn 2. Oh yeah. Okay, easy potatoes. Okay, so here we go. So we have this for Spawn's cape, the top of it anyway. Then here is his ginormous gun. So there is that. And then, oh my goodness, here he is. Okay, so let us take a look at this guy. As soon as I get the cape on. Yeah, there we go. All right, that works. You get the idea. So here is Spawn 2. And here is Spawn 2 with Nuclear Spawn, which I guess in terms of lore in toy continuity, this is supposed to be the same guy, but I say it's not. I say that this is a different character, but there they are. And then here is Spawn with this guy. So different scale, different vibe, different time when these were made. So it all makes sense. And as far as how tall he stands, if we go from the bottom of his foot, including the boot, to the top of his head, looks like he is about 5.5 inches to the top of his head, including the spiked tip of his cape, like the collar. He is 6.5 inches, give or take. And doing that with centimeters, again, going from the bottom to the top of his head, looks like he is about 13.5 centimeters to the top of his head and about 16 centimeters to the top of this thing. So, here he is, Spawn 2. And like I said, this was the one that I wanted the most out of the original ones, because I thought that the Spawn 1, I thought that was cool, but I thought it looked a little too much like a toy, if that makes any sense. And then with Spawn 3, if you know anything about these old Spawn figures, you know that Spawn 3 had a cape that was like, this big. It was like massive, and he did have light up eyes, which was kind of cool, but for me, it's like this is a classic look for Spawn, and this reminds me of, I did review it. It reminds me of that Two-Face figure from Family Dollar that I reviewed a while back. It reminds me of that because that's a figure that means a lot to me, because that was basically the figure that started it all with toy collecting for me. So, yeah. So here is Spawn 2. Let's make sure that we get a good look at him and all of the details that we have going on. So he's got his half-burned face there. If you can see that, focus on the messed up face. Yeah, so there's that. And then on the other side, you get his classic Spawn mask. And mine has a little bit of a paint imperfection, but I am not bothered about that in the slightest. You do have some chains up here on his arm, because of course this is Spawn, and chains were cool in the 90s. So you got some spikes on here for his gauntlets. You have a gloved hand on his left side, and more of a fleshy, messed up type hand for his right side. It's kind of interesting. Now, this is the Spawn look that doesn't have the red on here for the suit, but I think that looks good. He has a skull here, which is meant to go with a chain belt, but he doesn't have that. That's okay. And then he does have his pouches here. He's got this giant boot on this side, which has kind of become a staple for his character now. And yeah, and then really the only other thing to talk about is his cape, which when you have it like this, it actually does look like a cape. But it does have a play feature, which you saw on the instructions, where you can more or less go like that. And this side works really well. There's some ASMR there. This side, it looks like it may be a little bit broken. I'm not sure. I'll play with that later, but I really don't want to break this right now. So you get the idea. And then this can be removed, so you can have him without that, but I personally think he looks better with that on. It's just that for me, it doesn't stay on the best, at least for right now, getting it fresh out of the package. But then again, this guy has been in a package since around 1995, 1996, somewhere in there. So it's all good. And then the other thing that he comes with is he comes with this thing, this massive gun. And for reference, here is Nuclear Spawn. So yeah, this gun is ridiculous and hilarious all at the same time. So this gun, including the bayoneted end there, it's about 4 inches or about 10 centimeters. So this thing is insane. And you know, the thing is this oh my goodness, like in the 90s, it was a big deal about guns and knives. So it's like, why not put the knives on the guns? And then there you go. And I would assume that this thing fits well into his hand, that he can hold the trigger. So he does have, it looks like you can just kind of put it into his hand like so, that you can put the thumb and then the middle finger sort of into it. And then there you go. So there is Spawn with his ridiculous gun. But this is totally something that's, it's definitely in the right mindset for Spawn. So there's that. And then as far as articulation is concerned, I will take this out of his hand for now, just so that doesn't get in the way. But yeah, so I'm going to move this out of the way for now. So his head does rotate. It rotates at a bit of an angle, but that's just the way that this was made. So that's all good. And then the arms, they do move up and down. And you do get a single joint on the elbow for both sides. No rotation, no bicep swivel, or, you know, anything like that. It looks like his left hand does not move, but his right hand does swivel like that. Then his torso, it does slide, you know, back and forth like that, but it does mess up the sculpt, so I think it looks best like that. And then for the legs, you should probably heat this up, but since I got this guy fresh out of, oh, look at that. It's got a detail with a blade there. That's kind of cool. Since I got this guy fresh out of the package, I didn't really heat him up, so I would recommend heating this guy up if you're going to move the legs, but for the most part, they're kind of stuck like that. And there is no knee joint or ankle joint or anything like that. His legs are just kind of stuck like that. He's just kind of crouching, but I think that that's fine. I think it's appropriate for his character. And, yeah, so that is about it. This has been a very quick review of a figure, but it was quick because it's like I'm excited and I wanted to get this guy out of the package and play with him. So I think this figure is really cool. And if you like Spawn 2 or the classic Spawn line or anything else, you know, in general, you like this, then do be sure to leave a like and let me know if you're interested. Like, which of the Spawn figures was your favorite? Because we had Spawn 1, which was right here. This is Spawn 2, and then Spawn 3, that's the one with the massive cape that goes like all the way out there. And then Spawn 4 is the one with all the guns and no cape. Yeah, after that, I don't really know. But yeah, so let me know which one of the Spawns is your favorite, like out of these. And yeah, so if you're interested in this kind of stuff, you want to see more classic Spawn reviews or just action figure reviews in general or anything else, then do be sure to subscribe, you know, down below. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.